Hi guys. I'm in my room. I'm very cozy. I'm kind of excited. I'm excited to make this video. I kind of enjoy just talking to a camera and telling you guys my thoughts, my feelings. There's something therapeutic about it. Right now in my life, I think I just need a forum to talk about how I am feeling, especially during a time in my life where everything feels a bit unknown. I'm stepping out of the educational world, moving into adult world with the expectation of getting a job. Yeah, I'm stepping out in the real world. It's interesting because that's all I've been kind of thinking about ever since last year of senior year. But it's been more prevalent now that I'm in my last semester of college. That was one part of why I was feeling stressed, but I am doing better now. If y'all didn't know, I started feeling a lot of emotions. I was kind of downhill, like at the very bottom of my mental health, ever since I came back from my vacation to Vietnam, which I remember was December 27th when I came back, and the school started. I had a week and a half of free time, and the school started around January 20 something. And then ever since the school started, I was just like, and then I didn't get my period for 2 months, but your girl got her period. I'm on it right now actually, and my mental health has been better since the last video, so that's good. Claps. Yay! Oh, and I put this fire thing on my laptop for a cozy vibe. my career wise, even though I've been feeling the stress of what I'm gonna do after my college, I'm majoring in marketing. I'm gonna be graduating with a marketing business degree here in Texas, despite me feeling like the emotions that I've been, like the fear, the maybe like a little bit the scarcity mindset as well. How do I explain that? Like the worry mindset, or that I won't be enough, or just the resources that I have are scarce. So and then it'll cause me to not get a job. But I know that is just my fear talking. Fear is such a scary little thing. It's a scary little monster, and it's so important to not let fear or any negative emotion take over you, because that's what I allowed to do the first 2 months of my spring semester. I let it reign and take control of me, but sometimes, or majority of the time, you just need to let that happen in order to reach light at the end of the tunnel. Now, despite me feeling all those emotions, I haven't been really in a rush to apply for jobs. And I keep thinking, is the fact that I'm not in a rush or starting to apply for jobs, is it because my fear holding me back and I'm procrastinating in a way? Or is it because I genuinely feel that I'll be fine? Because a part of me believes that I will be fine, that I will get a job after this, that I'm still young, I'm still 23, I have these years ahead of me. I sometimes feel and talking to your camera and like looking back at myself, I realize certain things about myself that I didn't necessarily see from my own POV. It's like when you're able to look back on yourself and edit yourself, you're looking at from a third person's perspective, so it's a different whole thing. But that's besides the point. Yeah, so I often feel contradictory. I always hold two things. It's like I think on this side, and then I think on the other side, and then it's just contradictory. So what do I believe in? But I struggle to believe that you can hold two truths at the same time. A recent thought that I've been having is, guys, men in general, they're so, I want to understand them. I truly want to understand them. Me as a girl, I feel I have a kind of good grasp on how girls work, but boys, I don't really have a grasp on. Even though I have a little brother, I still don't understand how boys work. boys will be boys and girls will be girls, and I guess that's just how the world works, huh? Everyone has a certain line or boundary, and everyone's line is different. My line can be here, but someone's line can be over there. So there's that gap, and that gap is so interesting to me. Okay, so imagine there's this person, right? And imagine this person is in a long distance relationship, and that person finds a group of girls, let's say like these 3 girls, interesting enough to go up to them and strike a conversation with them. They might subconsciously have other intentions, but on the forefront of their mind, they think their intentions are fine. Well, this person is a dude, okay? This person is a dude talking to 3 girls with good intentions. The vibes are fine. Nothing crazy happened. They are like, let's hang out together, like as a group. And then fast forward, it finally happened. They're just like hanging out, right? See, my line is that if you're dating someone, in a relationship with someone, and then my significant other is hanging out with a group of girls, that's the example of the line. Like, I wouldn't necessarily accept that. The guy's line is up there, and his mind, he thinks it's fine. And that's an example of why I'm like, wow, everyone is different. Everyone has different boundaries, has different lines. And I think this year, 2026, I'm really honing in. I don't know if boundaries is the right term. I think the line is a better term. It's just morals. Everyone has different lines of morals or values and beliefs, and how they should, like, what constitutes as a okay thing and what constitutes as not an okay thing. I asked ChatGPT for questions on what I should talk in this video, because all I knew is that I wanted to talk, but I didn't know what to talk about. So one question that Chat said that kind of interested me: why do some connections feel intense even if you barely know the person? I'm sure everyone can relate to this. Actually, let me connect it to the book that I'm reading, The Courage Should Be Disliked. It's based on the philosophies of this philosopher named Adler. I don't know his last name. Adler. He's one of the top 3 famous philosophers, I believe, alongside with Freud and Jung. So Adler believed all problems root to our interpersonal relationships. Interpersonal relationships is just the connection that you have with each human being. So if we're able to hone in and recognize that all problems are rooted to that, and once we're able to recognize that, we become self-aware and able to kind of take a step back and be like, okay, this is what this is what that is. In a sense, you're able to solve the problem. And that's so crazy, because when I read that part of the book, I agree with it. I actually agree with it 99%. Because I've had that thought the past years, being like, I even remember filming a YouTube video being like, I think the reason why we're in this world or on this earth is to figure out who we are and how we are with other people and in our relationships. It's so funny how my camera died, so this is a new angle, a new lighting. Maybe it's better, maybe it's not. I hope you guys don't mind the change. It's crazy how I never been in a relationship, but when I look at other people in their relationships, or just people watch or wonder what people are thinking or observe them, that's how I form the thoughts and my beliefs and my values, despite never being in a relationship myself. Okay, so why do some connections feel intense even if you barely know the person? I'm sure if y'all experience this. Like, let's say you meet a stranger and you have such a good interaction with them and the energy is so good. One thing about me, I think, recently is how important energy is for me. if the energy is not right, it doesn't matter how long you know the person. It matters about if that person's energy aligns with your energy in that current time and moment. Time doesn't matter in this sense, I believe. It just matters who that person is right now and who you are right now, and if that type of energy aligns in that moment. I'm reading, why do people struggle to express their needs in relationships? Well, for me, from my personal experience, this is something I struggle with immensely. More often than not, I feel I'm in my head more than I'm out living my life. I'm not a talkative person, and with that being a characteristic of mine, I think more. I'm more the observer, the listener, the thinker. I struggle with being vulnerable. I feel that I don't come across in a way that makes sense to the other person, and my mind kind of goes faster than my speaking skills. It doesn't align. At the end of the day, it makes me feel that I can't express myself clearly, so I don't express myself at all, and then I just stay silent. That's one part of why I don't speak out my thoughts, because it just never comes out right. Being vulnerable in general is pretty hard. I feel a lot of people struggle with that to an extent. Me, I can't do that unless I know a person and if I feel comfortable with that person. For another person, someone that's deemed extroverted, they're able to share parts of themselves very easily, but obviously they also have that line that they're not willing to cross when it comes to sharing stuff about themselves. Don't you guys notice how the qualities that you don't have, you admire in someone else? That's why I admire people who are able to be so open and talkative and extroverted, because those are things that I don't have within myself. I think that's important to realize, is that not everyone is going to have all good qualities, but the qualities that you have, that you do have, might not, another person might not have. So we should just appreciate what we have. I'm kind of lazy now, and I don't want to talk anymore. But I hope you guys give yourself grace. I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope this was entertaining. And I'm sure I'll see you guys again